Let me tell you something, and I'll only say it once. You can't make someone like you if they're not already interested. No amount of charm, confidence, or late-night texting will change that. The truth is, attraction isn't built through effort. It's built through instinct. And yet, too many men spend weeks, months, sometimes years, chasing women who made their decision in the first 5 seconds of meeting them. I get it. You think if you just show her how loyal you are, how funny you can be, how patient you'll stay, she'll eventually see your worth. But here's the brutal truth. Her subconscious already decided. And no matter how much you try, you can't negotiate biology. Women are constantly scanning, evaluating, and testing the men around them, often without realizing it. Their minds are wired to detect subtle signals of confidence, presence, and energy. If those signals aren't there, she won't feel the pull, and she won't fake it. The problem is, most men don't see the signs. They overthink, misread, and keep trying harder, digging themselves deeper into frustration and confusion. But it doesn't have to be that way. When you understand how female psychology really works, you stop chasing and start seeing clearly. You protect your self-respect. You reclaim your focus. You move with intelligence, not desperation. In this video, we're breaking down 7 clear signs she's not interested, and how to recognize them before you waste your time, energy, or dignity. Sign 1. She rarely initiates contact. Let's start with the first sign. She rarely initiates contact. Now, this one seems obvious, right? But you'd be shocked how many men ignore it, make excuses for it, or twist it into something it's not. Listen, when a woman truly likes you, she finds ways to stay connected. It doesn't always look dramatic. It might be a quick text, a random meme, a "how's your day?" message. Small things. But the point is, she reaches out. Because interest creates action. When she never texts first, never calls, never even reacts to your stories, that silence means something. And no, it's not because she's shy. It's not because she's playing hard to get. It's because her subconscious isn't sending her those attraction signals toward you. Here's the psychology behind it. Human beings invest their time and energy into what they value. If she values your presence, she'll show it. Not always with words, but with consistency. If she doesn't, she won't. Simple as that. But here's where most guys mess up. They start rationalizing. She's busy. She's not a big texter. She probably wants me to lead. No, man. You're trying to explain away a pattern that's already speaking loud and clear. One unanswered message doesn't matter. But if you're always the one starting the conversation, and she's never meeting you halfway, that's not a coincidence. That's information. It's data about her level of investment. The harsh truth: the more you chase, the more you teach her that your attention is cheap, that she doesn't have to earn it. And once your attention loses value, so does your presence. So what should you do? Notice the pattern. Don't take it personally. Just pull back your energy and watch what happens. If she's truly interested, she'll step forward. If she's not, congratulations. You just saved yourself months of wasted time. Sign 2. Her responses are short and disengaged. Now let's talk about the second sign. Her responses are short, dry, and disengaged. You text her something thoughtful, maybe even funny. You wait. And then she replies with, "lol," or "yeah," or worse, nothing. It stings, doesn't it? Because deep down, you can feel the difference between someone who's into the conversation and someone who's just being polite. Here's the truth. When a woman is genuinely interested, her brain lights up when she sees your name pop up. She engages. She mirrors your energy. She asks questions. She throws the conversation back to you because she wants to keep it alive. But when her replies are short, vague, and delayed, That's not just random. That's her subconscious saying, I'm not emotionally invested here. And this is where most guys go wrong. They overcompensate. They start sending longer messages. They try harder. They think, maybe if I make her laugh, she'll respond better next time. But attraction doesn't work like that. You can't text your way into someone's interest. Think of it like this. If a friend constantly gives you one-word answers, you don't keep forcing conversation, you get the hint. You recognize the lack of effort, and you move on. It's the same principle here. The more energy you pour into a one-sided exchange, the more you drain your self-respect. Because deep down, you're chasing a response that doesn't want to exist. So here's what to remember. Short, detached responses aren't random. They're communication, just not the kind you want. She's telling you, without saying it, I'm not emotionally present. And once you see that clearly, you don't chase it, you stop explaining it. You stop trying to revive what was never alive. Instead, you protect your peace, your energy, and your focus, and you leave space for someone who actually wants to talk to you. Sign 3. She avoids spending time alone with you. Here's the third sign. She avoids spending time alone with you. And trust me, this one reveals more than most men realize. When a woman is attracted to you, she creates moments of closeness. It's not always obvious. It could be a subtle suggestion like, let's grab a drink sometime, or you should come by and see this movie. It's her subconscious finding ways to spend time with you privately. But when she keeps avoiding that, when every plan somehow turns into a group hangout, maybe later, or I'm just really busy right now, her actions are already telling you the truth. She's comfortable with your attention, but not interested in your intimacy. Here's the psychology behind it. Attraction drives proximity. It's instinctive. When someone's drawn to you, their brain seeks opportunities to get closer. Physically, emotionally, conversationally. Avoidance, on the other hand, isn't random. It's a defense mechanism. Her mind is saying, I don't want to give him the wrong impression. Let's make it real. You invite her out for coffee. She smiles, says she'll check her schedule, but never actually follows up. You try again a week later. She suggests a group dinner instead. Then you see her on social media hanging out with other people, fully available. That's not coincidence. That's communication, just in silence. The mistake many men make is trying to push harder. They assume she's shy or playing hard to get. But attraction isn't built through persistence. You can't force chemistry that isn't mutual. So here's the takeaway. Don't chase someone who avoids being alone with you. Don't confuse friendliness with interest. Notice the pattern, not the excuses. One cancelled coffee doesn't mean much, but consistent avoidance does. And the moment you recognize it, you can stop wasting emotional energy on someone who's not choosing you. Because real attraction doesn't hide. It leans in. Sign 4. She never initiates conversation. Let's move to the fourth sign. She never initiates conversation. And this one hurts because it exposes the imbalance most guys refuse to admit. If you're always the one texting first, calling first, or sending memes just to keep the spark alive, you're not in a connection. You're in a chase. And every chase reveals who's invested and who's not. Here's what's really going on. When a woman feels genuine interest, her brain triggers micro actions to stay connected. It's subconscious. She might text a simple, hey, or comment on your story, or send something random just to open the door again. It's her way of saying, I'm thinking about you. But if she never does that, if you're always the one reaching out, her silence is communication. It's not that she's bad at texting. It's not that she likes when the guy leads. It's that her subconscious isn't invested enough to start the interaction. Here's the psychology. Mutual effort is one of the strongest indicators of mutual interest. When only one person initiates, the emotional balance collapses. And when that happens, attraction dies quietly, because one side feels drained while the other feels in control. Think about your own behavior. You don't randomly text someone you don't care about. You text people who cross your mind. You put effort where you feel something. So if she's not doing the same, that tells you exactly how much she feels. Here's what most men do wrong. They keep pushing. They think persistence will build attraction. But all persistence does, when it's not reciprocated, is lower your value. It tells her you're willing to chase someone who's not meeting you halfway. So here's the truth. If she never initiates, stop trying to fill the silence. Don't chase her energy. Mirror it. Give exactly what you receive. And if that means silence, let silence speak. Because real attraction is mutual. It doesn't need to be forced. It flows naturally. And if it's not flowing, that's all the answer you need. Sign 5. She's easily distracted around you. Now let's talk about the 5th sign. She's easily distracted around you. This one's subtle. But once you see it, you'll never unsee it again. You're sitting together. Maybe at a cafe, maybe just hanging out. And you notice she's not really there. Her eyes keep drifting. She's checking her phone, glancing around, reacting to every little thing except you. And you can feel it. That invisible wall between you and her attention. Here's the truth: attention is currency. People spend it where they feel value. When someone's drawn to you, their brain locks in. They hold eye contact. They lean closer. They react to what you say because, on a subconscious level, their mind is fully engaged. But when her focus keeps slipping away, that's not just bad manners. It's her subconscious saying, "This isn't where I want to be." And most men miss this completely. They think she's just tired, or preoccupied, or shy. But attraction doesn't make you restless. It makes you alert. When she's into you, she wants to be tuned in. Let's make it real. You're telling her a story, something funny or personal. She smiles politely, nods, maybe throws a "that's crazy," but her eyes are already back on her phone. Or she's laughing harder at something on someone else's screen. That's not interest. That's tolerance. And here's the dangerous trap. The more distracted she is, the more effort you'll feel tempted to give. Raising your energy, talking more, trying harder to win her focus. But that only widens the gap, because genuine attraction doesn't need performance. So here's the takeaway. Watch where her eyes go. Watch how often she checks her phone. Distraction is data. And if her mind keeps leaving the moment, it's because she's already left it emotionally. Don't fight for attention that isn't freely given. Pull your energy back. Because when you stop chasing distractions, you make space for someone whose eyes don't wander. Because they're already locked on you. Sign 6. She's emotionally unavailable. Here's the 6th sign. She's emotionally unavailable. Now, this one can be tricky because on the surface, she might still seem friendly. She laughs at your jokes. She replies to your texts. Maybe she even hangs out with you sometimes. But something feels off. There's no depth. Every conversation stays on the surface. It's small talk, polite responses, casual smiles. She never opens up. She never shares real feelings, thoughts, or memories. And when you try to go deeper, she subtly changes the subject, or turns it into humor, or just goes quiet. Here's what's really happening. When a woman is emotionally unavailable, it's her subconscious way of keeping you at a safe distance. Her mind has already decided, I don't feel that spark, so I won't create emotional closeness. And to avoid sending mixed signals, she keeps it light. controlled, and distant. This is why so many men get confused. They mistake friendliness for connection. They think, she laughs with me. She must be interested. But laughter doesn't equal investment. You can laugh with a stranger. It doesn't mean you want a relationship with them. Think about it. When you like someone, you naturally share more. You talk about your day, your dreams, your past. You want them to see you. That's how emotional connection forms. Through vulnerability. When that's missing, the interaction becomes transactional. Words without weight. And here's the harsh truth. The more emotionally distant she is, the more emotionally invested you become. Trying to fill that void. You start oversharing, over-explaining, over-proving your worth. But the more you give to someone who's closed off, the more drained you feel. So here's the takeaway. Stop mistaking politeness for interest. Emotional availability is not optional. It's the foundation of real attraction. If she never lets you in, stop knocking. Because when a woman truly likes you, you won't have to fight to connect. She'll meet you halfway. And that connection. It won't feel forced, it'll just flow. Sign 7. She shows interest in other men. And finally, the 7th sign. She shows interest in other men, especially when you're around. Now, this one hits deep, because it exposes the truth you didn't want to face. You're talking with her, maybe in a group setting, maybe at a party, and suddenly she lights up, but not for you. Her energy changes the moment another guy enters the room. She laughs louder. She leans in closer. Her attention shifts completely. And you're just there, watching it happen. Here's the thing. Attraction can't be faked. It's not logical, and it's definitely not polite. When a woman's drawn to someone, her subconscious body language betrays her every time. The tone of her voice softens. Her posture opens. Her focus locks in. And when she does all that with someone else while you're standing there, she's showing you, not telling you, where her attraction really lies. This is where most guys lose themselves. They start competing. They get louder, funnier, more expressive, trying to pull her attention back. But attraction isn't a tug of war. You can't outtalk biology. The more you compete, the smaller you look. Let's make it real. She's flirting, complimenting another guy, or giggling every time he speaks. And you tell yourself, she's just being friendly. No, man, you felt that shift for a reason. Her energy told the truth before her words ever did. Here's the psychology when someone truly values your presence. They don't risk losing your respect by flaunting interest in others. They stay tuned in, even in a crowd. But when she openly entertains other men, her subconscious has already released you from that emotional space. So here's the takeaway. Don't chase her attention. Don't try to outshine someone else. That's not confidence. That's desperation disguised as effort. Instead, recognize what's in front of you. When her focus wanders, let it. Because you don't need to fight for a place in someone's mind. If you ever belonged there, you wouldn't have to. So here's the truth, man. Most of us have been there, chasing someone who already made up her mind. You keep texting, calling, showing up, hoping that one more act of kindness will change the story. But it never does. Because attraction isn't something you earn. It's something that happens. It's not built through effort. It's built through alignment. And when that alignment isn't there, no amount of persistence will rewrite it. Too many good men waste months, sometimes years, giving energy to women who never even saw their value. They confuse attention with connection, politeness with interest, and hope with progress. But all that time, her subconscious had already decided. She wasn't invested. So here's what you do. You stop begging for clarity. You stop chasing silence. You stop trading your self-respect for temporary attention. Instead, you learn to read the signs, calmly, clearly, without anger. Because once you see them for what they are, you take back your power. You protect your time. You protect your energy. And you walk away knowing this confidence isn't arrogance. It's awareness. It's the quiet understanding of your own value and the courage to act on it. So let me ask you, are you ready to stop chasing and start choosing? Because this journey doesn't end here. In the next video, we're going even deeper into the hidden tests women use to measure your strength, your patience, and your emotional control. Most men fail them without even realizing it. But you won't. Not after this. So hit that subscribe button, turn on the bell, and be ready. Because next time, we're revealing the psychology of attraction that changes everything.